What's up, PokeTC gamers? Today I wanted to talk to you about the Crushing Current starter deck that comes with the TCG online game. It is one of the decks you'll have to use to defeat trainers in the trainer challenges to get more booster packs, unless you already have some code cards and have some decks of your own. You also get a Mental Might deck, a Fire deck, and a Water deck. But today we're going to be talking specifically about the Crushing Current, and I'm going to talk about the different strategies you can use to defeat the trainers with this deck. Alrighty, here we are in the TCG Online game, and let's go to our decks so we can take a look at Crushing Current. Now, when you first get this deck, you're not going to have everything I'm about to show you. So if you haven't leveled up this deck enough, and won 7 games with it. So you have to win 7 matches in Trainer Challenge to unlock all of the cards in this. So some of the strategies I'm about to talk about, you might not be able to do right off the bat, but are good things just to know as you move along, and also can be a nice sneak peek into what you can expect to receive as you start winning games. So one of the first strategies and one of my favorites is playing with this Raichu. So you'll notice that Raichu has Thunderbolt. It does 100 damage. You have to discard all the energy to this Pokemon to use it. So I actually don't even ever try to use this Thunderbolt unless I'm really stuck and I have to. But instead I try to play with this Circle Current. So this attack does 20 damage times the number of your benched Pokemon. You're going to want to get more benched Pokemon, and how you do that are a couple of things. One is this deck has a lot of basic Pokemon. You have Pikachu, Kangaskhan, Eevee, Zapdos, Voltorb, Rattata, Magnemite, Spearow. So a lot of basic Pokemon to actually put on your deck, on your bench, excuse me. This deck also has a Revive in it, which is helpful for if a lot of your basic Pokemon have been defeated, you can take them out of the discard pile and put them right onto your bench. Some other things in this deck are Skyfield. So Skyfield's going to work perfectly with that Raichu because this stadium card allows you to have up to 8 Pokemon on your bench. So if you play Skyfield and you have 8 Pokemon on your bench and you use that Raichu, you're going to be doing 160 damage and you aren't losing any energy cards or anything like that to use it. And so that is one of the first plays I try to make, is trying to get this Skyfield in my hand as well as a Pikachu, Raichu, and a bunch of basic Pokemon cards. And what's nice is there are a lot of trainer cards that help you with that. So you have Tierno, who does draw 3 cards. You have 2 of those in this deck. You also have Winoma, who allows you to get 3 normal type Pokemon into your hand. So this is a nice way to also find that Kangaskhan. So, and I'll be talking about Kangaskhan in a minute here and why that card is important for a different strategy, but can also be used for this in terms of getting stuff into your bench. Pokemon Fan Club is another way to get some basic Pokemon cards onto that bench. So as you notice, this deck is pretty stacked to allow you to get that Raichu. And also, once you've won enough games and unlocked it, you'll get some double colorless energies. And the reason I bring that up is because that Raichu attack is, you need 2 of any energies. So if you play just that double colorless on there, you're going to be able to use that Circle Circuit move. Alrighty, let's talk about other strategies, because you might not. So I've had situations, because you only get 1 Raichu in this deck, it's possible this Raichu is going to be in your prize cards. And so you may have Skyfield out, you may have 8 basic Pokemon, you may even have a Pikachu with 2 energies on it, and you're ready to go, and just Raichu's nowhere to be found. And chances are that means Raichu's in your prize cards, especially if you use one of those other items that allow you to look through your deck. And that's another strategy, is using items that say you get 2 energies from your deck, or anything that it says you can go through your entire deck even before or after you've selected the cards that you're going to hit OK and put into your hand or put onto your bench. And I use that. I'll use a card early on just to know if my Raichu is even in my deck. Because if Raichu is not in my deck, that's not how I'm going to play this match. So we have Kangaskhan here, which is nice because we have 120 HP. We have some really good moves. The Mega Punch does take 4 energies, so it's nice when you get some of those double colorless energies in your hand, because then you can use those right away. And Tiny Punch is still a really good attack for a basic level Pokemon. But other than using Kangaskhan as offense, I sometimes use it as defense. And what I mean by that is, if you take a look at Zapdos, your first move is Drill Peck, very low attack, 120 HP, which is nice. It's a basic card. And then you have Raging Thunder here. So this attack does 40 damage to a benched Pokemon, so one of your benched Pokemon. So one strategy is to get Zapdos out when you already have a Kangaskhan on your bench, because it's going to be able to take, well, it can take 3, but then it would be defeated. So it can take 2 of those 40 damages and it won't be defeated. So it can get hard if, especially you're setting up for that Raichu and you have a lot of basic Pokemon who have an average of about 60 HP. You can only really allow Zapdos to hit them once before you're going to be losing some of your own Pokemon. Alrighty. Some other things to keep in mind is this Raticate. So Raticate has an ability that, first, it's not affected by special conditions, which is great. It only has 70 HP, so I actually don't use Raticate as an attacking Pokemon. What I'll do is I'll get out Raticate and I'll use Dirty Shock to get the opponent's Pokemon poisoned, because then they're going to start to lose 10 HP in between both of our turns, and it has no retreat cost. And so sometimes I'll use Raticate to poison, and then I'll allow it to get hit by one attack. Sometimes it doesn't get hit at all, depending on if the defending Pokemon actually has any energies attached to it. But then once that Pokemon is poisoned, it's my turn again. I immediately retreat this Raticate because it doesn't cost me anything. And then I will put out a different Pokemon. Some other cards in here that are all right. I mean, you have Magnemite, Magneton, so sometimes you might have to play this. I'm not a big fan of it because Electro Ball, you do lose an energy every time you play it. So not one of the cards I'm the biggest fan of. Fearow is pretty decent. If you get 4 energies on it, you can do Drill Run, which does 70 damage. If you flip the coin and get heads, you remove an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, which can be nice sometimes. We have some, and then we have some like basic trainer cards in here. So we have Potion, we have an Acrobike, which you draw 2 cards and you pick one, the other one gets discarded. You have Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do, search your deck and reveal it and put it into your hand. So this is one of the ways I get Raichu out. So if Raichu is in my deck but not in my hand, I will even forego some support cards that allow you to draw 3 cards, and I'll discard that to use this Ultra Ball, because then I know for sure what card I'm going to get, especially if it's that Raichu that I'm looking for. I might also use it to pull out a Kangaskhan if I have Zapdos, and so on and so forth. Alrighty, now that we've talked about this deck for quite some time, let's go ahead and I'll show you a trainer challenge with it. I'm choosing a trainer challenge even though I do compete in Versus, and just to prove to you all that I compete in Versus, we have my energies from the past week here, so I'm in Star 2 rewards. But I'm doing a trainer challenge for this because we don't have to wait for an online player to make their decisions and their moves. This is a computer, so it's going to immediately do its next attack. I've already gotten the gold trophy with this Crushing Current deck. I've actually defeated the Gold League. I'm currently on the Platinum, and I have yet to go against Zach. So let's go against Zach with Crushing Current, and I'll show you some of my strategies. And also, hopefully we win. All right, Zach, let's do this. You'll notice my Pikachu outfit here. I've been purchasing some of those Pikachu packs in the store to try to get the full outfit. I even did some training to get some shoes. I think I showed that to you all in a previous video. Nice. We have Eevee and Jolteon to start with. And we have some Ultra Balls. So I'm actually not going to play this Eevee immediately because I might choose to discard it to use one of those Ultra Balls to get a different card out. Alrighty, so they have a Pidove, which is I'm gonna be super effective against it. However, not until I'm a Jolteon, but Jolteon can't attack until I have 3 energies. So we're just gonna stay as an Eevee. I actually prefer to go second and not first because I like to attack on my first turn if I can. Unfortunately, Zach won the coin toss and chose for me to go first this time. Did y'all ever notice the heart on P-Dov's? Oh, no, wrong card. I'm trying to show you all the P-Dove. The heart on its chest, it's pretty cool. I'm curious why there's fairy energy in Zach's deck when it's a Nettle normal deck, but anyways. Alrighty. I'm still gonna choose not to use any of this stuff. I'm still deciding what I want to do, and I know that Zach's not gonna be able to take out my Eevee this turn anyways, and so I'm gonna stop for a moment to see if I draw anything that will give me an idea of what I should be even using that level, that Ultra Ball for. We're gonna use Lunge because next turn we'll actually get Jolteon out. Actually, let me show you that. We're going to evolve Jolteon next turn because I'll be able to put 3 energies, and it's going to do 80 damage. And so the reality being, if regardless if this attack hits or not, I'm going to be taking out the speed up next turn. Now, one negative thing is I only have 1 energy in my hand, and that's problematic because Jolteon, I'm going to lose a energy card every time I attack with it. So they evolved twice. They must have had some sort of ability on their Tranquil to do that. They are my electric is going to be super effective, so that's the good news. The good news is I'm still going to take out this Pokemon because I'm going to do 160 damage. Now that I have 2 EVs, I'm going to go ahead and place one. Still not sure what I'm going to do with that Ultra Ball, but don't have to make that decision now. All right, let's do Thunder Blast. Now, another thing in all of these starter decks is the abilities of the evolution is always going to be that all of the Pokemon are now going to be that type. So for Jolteon, it's going to be electric type. For Flareon, fire type, so on and so forth. And that's helpful for a deck like this where we're super effective. And I might decide to pull my Jolteon out and then put out an Eevee, and that Eevee is still going to be super effective because it's going to be considered an electric type. All right. We have a double colorless. The thing is, I actually don't think I have another Jolteon in this deck. And so that's why you're seeing me not using the Ultra Ball to do that. I am going to use this double colorless energy on Jolteon because I'm discarding a electric every time that I'm using this. Now that gives me double the amount. So now I have 2 attacks in me, and I can actually start using my energy cards on some other Pokemon here if I want to. All right, let's take out P-Dove. Now, Jolteon, as you see, it doesn't have a retreat cost. So what I could have also done, and I'm going to win, so it's not a problem now, but what I could have also done is brought that Eevee out, and it would be doing double the damage because it would be considered electric type. So, alright, that's the 4th time we've beat Zach at this level, so I just got a Sword and Shield Rebel Clash booster pack. And because I just got this booster pack, I am going to give you all Sword and Shield Rebel Clash code card during this video. So keep your eyes out for that. So unfortunately, I didn't get to show you some of the plays I normally make with that Crushing Currents that I just talked about. It just so happens that I didn't get the sorts of cards that are usually the strategies I play. That it worked out just playing that Jolteon the whole way through, and so sometimes that's how things happen. One of the things I don't see commonly occur when I'm playing other players is they're okay with sacrificing a Pokemon. So if I had Zapdos on my bench, I might have kept putting out Eevees as I was trying to get 4 energies onto that Zapdos, or if it was a Kangaskhan or a Fearow, and trying to stack those cards and allowing basic Pokemon to be defeated so that I can bring out that other card and then demolish the competition. For me, it doesn't matter if I've lost 4 of my Pokemon, so long as I take out all 6 of theirs, that's all that really matters. So as promised, here's that code card for Rebel Clash. Let me know if you use it in the comments what you get down below. That is all I have for you all today. I hope you enjoyed hearing more about that deck. We'll be doing this for the other 2 starter decks as well. And that's all we have. So make sure you hit subscribe and make sure you turn on your notifications. We'll see you all next time.
Wow, about that.
Bye.